You feel too much. Every word wounds you. Every glance judges you. Every silence accuses you. Your emotions are not your guide. They are your enemy. They cloud your judgment, weaken your decisions, and hand your power to those who would use you. The prince does not feel less. He uses feeling as a tool. He observes his emotions without being ruled by them. He watches them rise and fall like waves while he remains the shore. The time has come to see clearly. The time has come to be emotionless. The first law of emotional mastery is the law of the unread face. Your face betrays you. A raised eyebrow, a twitching lip, a sudden flush. These are signals your enemies read like open books. They see your fear before you feel it. They taste your anger before you name it. The emotionless one shows nothing. His face is a wall. His expression is a fortress. Those who watch him learn nothing, and those who learn nothing cannot use him. The second law is the law of the delayed response. Emotion lives in the moment between stimulus and reaction. The shorter that moment, the more emotion rules you. Someone insults you and you flush. Someone challenges you and you snap. Someone tests you and you break. The emotionless one lengthens that moment. He pauses, he breathes, he chooses. The insult passes through him like wind through bare branches, felt perhaps, but not held, not owned, not returned. The third law is the law of the unshared burden. You carry others' emotions. Their anger becomes your anger. Their fear becomes your fear. Their anxiety infects your peace. The emotionless one does not carry what is not his. He observes their emotions without absorbing them. He hears their fear without feeling it. He witnesses their anger without owning it. Their burden remains theirs. His peace remains his. This is not cruelty, it is sovereignty. The fourth law is the law of the unwitnessed performance. Emotions are performances. Anger demands an audience. Fear seeks comfort. Sadness craves witnesses. When you react, you give the performance what it wants, attention. The emotionless one withholds the audience. He does not applaud anger with his own. He does not comfort fear with his presence. He watches the performance without participating. Without an audience, the performance ends, and the performer must find another stage. The fifth law is the law of the unbroken center. Emotions are storms. They come, they rage, they pass. The emotionless one does not try to stop the storm. He does not fight it, flee it, or feed it. He simply remains at his center while the storm rages around him. The storm cannot touch what it cannot reach. The center is always calm. The center is always safe. Return to your center. Let the storm pass. The sixth law is the law of the unread history. Your past emotions haunt you. Old hurts rise unbidden. Ancient angers resurface. Forgotten fears return. The emotionless one does not fight these ghosts. He does not feed them with attention. He simply notes their presence and lets them pass. They are visitors, not residents. They knock, but he does not answer. Eventually, they stop knocking. The seventh law is the law of the unwounded self. You have been hurt. You carry wounds. The emotionless one does not pretend the wounds don't exist. He acknowledges them, then refuses to let them define him. The wound is not who he is. It is simply something that happened. He does not pick at the scar. He does not show it to others for sympathy. He lets it heal and moves on. The eighth law is the law of the unshared triumph. Just as you do not share your pain, you do not share your joy. Triumph celebrated is triumph diminished. Others' envy poisons it. Others' expectations burden it. Others' comparisons cheapen it. The emotionless one celebrates alone. His victories are his own. He needs no applause, no recognition, no witness. The triumph is enough. His satisfaction is complete without audience. The ninth law is the law of the unread intention. Others will try to read your emotions to predict your actions. They watch for fear to know when you will retreat. They watch for anger to know when you will attack. They watch for hope to know when you can be tempted. The emotionless one gives them nothing to read. His intentions remain hidden because his emotions reveal nothing. They cannot predict what they cannot read. They cannot counter what they cannot see. The 10th law is the law of the unforced response. The world will constantly try to force a reaction from you. It will provoke, tempt, challenge, test. Each provocation is a test of your sovereignty. Each temptation is a measure of your control. The emotionless one does not react to provocation. He does not respond to pressure. He moves when he chooses, not when the world demands. His responses are his own, never forced, always chosen. The 11th law is the law of the unfinished business. You do not need to resolve every emotion. You do not need to process every feeling. You do not need to understand every reaction. The emotionless one lets emotions remain unresolved. He does not chase closure. He does not seek explanation. He simply lets emotions be what they are, temporary visitors that will pass whether he engages them or not. Unfinished business is still business. Let it go unfinished. You have now received the 11 laws of emotional mastery. They are not easy. They require practice, patience, persistence. But they offer something the emotional life can never: freedom. Freedom from the whims of others. Freedom from the chaos of your own reactions. Freedom to choose, to act, to live as you decide, not as you feel. The emotions will always be there. They are part of being human, but they do not have to be your master. They can be visitors, not rulers. They can pass through you without taking root. The choice is yours, and you make it every moment. Be emotionless. Be free. Be the prince.
Now we go deeper. The emotionless state is not a destination, it is a practice. Each day the world will test you. Each day emotions will rise, demanding your attention, your energy, your sovereignty. The next 11 laws are not for the curious. They are for those ready to make emotional detachment a permanent state, not a temporary escape. Enter if you are ready to become truly unmovable. Time feels different when you are emotional. Anger stretches moments into hours. Fear compresses hours into moments. Anxiety makes time crawl. Joy makes it fly. The emotionless one does not experience time through feeling. He experiences it through action. He does not ask, "Is it over yet?" He asks, "What needs to be done now?" The clock is not his master. It is his tool. He uses time. He does not feel it. When someone insults you, they are showing you their own reflection. Every insult is a confession. The angry man reveals his own anger. The cruel man reveals his own cruelty. The jealous man reveals his own envy. The emotionless one does not accept these reflections. He does not look into the mirror they offer. He lets the insult pass, knowing it was never about him. The insult says everything about the speaker and nothing about the hearer. Grudges are emotions you choose to carry. They are weights you volunteer to bear. The one who wronged you has probably forgotten. The injury may be years old. The cause may be long gone. but you carry it still, feeding it with attention, keeping it alive with memory. The emotionless one does not feed grudges, he lets them starve. He does not forget, he simply stops feeding. The grudge, unfed, dies. You are always watching yourself. There is the self that feels, and there is the self that watches the self that feels. Most people identify with the feeler. They become their emotions. The emotionless one identifies with the watcher. He observes his emotions as phenomena, not as identity. I am angry becomes there is anger. The shift is subtle but absolute. The watcher cannot be touched by what it watches. Complaining gives your power away. When you complain, you announce that you are a victim of circumstances, that others control your peace, that the world owes you something. The emotionless one does not complain. He observes, analyzes, and acts. If something can be changed, he changes it. If it cannot be changed, he accepts it. Complaint is never necessary. It is always a waste. Fear is contagious. Others' fear can infect you if you let it. You see panic in their eyes, and you feel it in your chest. You hear worry in their voice, and it becomes your own. The emotionless one does not borrow fear. He observes it in others without absorbing it. He recognizes that their fear is theirs, not his. He may help, he may plan, he may act, but he does not catch their fear like a disease. Apologies are often performances. They seek to escape consequences, not to acknowledge wrong. The emotionless one does not accept apologies lightly. He watches the actions that follow. Words are wind. Changed behavior is proof. An apology without change is manipulation. The prince accepts apologies only when they are followed by evidence. He does not let words erase what actions must prove. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you. Carrying anger does not hurt the one who wronged you, it hurts you. It weighs you down, poisons your peace, occupies your mind. The emotionless one forgives not because the other deserves it, but because he deserves freedom. He does not forgive to be kind, he forgives to be free. Expectations are premeditated resentments. You expect others to behave in certain ways, and when they don't, you feel betrayed. But they never agreed to your expectations. They are living their own lives, following their own natures. The emotionless one holds no expectations of others. He observes what they do, plans accordingly, and is never surprised. Without expectations, there can be no disappointment. Comparison is the thief of joy. You look at others and feel envy, inadequacy, despair. You measure yourself against their achievements, their possessions, their lives. But you see only their surface, not their struggles, not their costs, not their truth. The emotionless one does not compare. He knows that his path is his alone. Another's success is not his failure. Another's wealth is not his poverty. He runs his own race on his own track towards his own finish. You will never be finished becoming emotionless. The world will always test you. New situations will arise. New emotions will surface. The emotionless one does not expect to arrive at a final destination. He knows that mastery is a practice, not a state. Each day he returns to the work. Each day he observes, pauses, chooses. The work never ends, and neither does his growth. The unfinished transformation is the only transformation that matters. The world will test you. Emotions will rise. Old patterns will call to you. But you now have something you did not have before: choice. The pause between stimulus and response is yours. The watcher behind the feeler is awake. The center that storms cannot reach is established. The emotionless one is not a robot, not a stone, not a monster.
He is simply one who has learned that feelings are visitors, not rulers. They come, they go, and he remains. Be that one. Be emotionless. Be free.